Hey everybody, Scott Walters, buckle up, strap in. I got a hard-hitting, pull no punches, no sugarcoating it, no rainbows, no sunshine. I'm just going to give it to you straight. We got a good one to unpackage today. Some of America's most popular cities are turning into war zones, dragging local real estate values along for the ride. Like, this is insane. Are you seeing what's going on? To wrap your head around what's going on economically, politically, and socially, we got three things threatening these cities and the real estate markets combined. And one of the things I really think so important to understand, friends, you see, real estate is local. All areas behave differently, but everybody goes along for the ride. Some just get hit last, some get hit harder, but everybody gets hit in this one. And I think we can all agree some of the things that we're seeing on the news now are quite frightening, to say the least, like just shocking. But a lot of these cities are in big trouble, and one of the ones that's probably in the biggest trouble at the moment, I mean, actually throw a dart at any metro and you're going to hit a city behaving like the one we're going to visit today. But we're going to examine some real estate in San Francisco and do a little report on what's going on there. I think it's really important for us to understand the magnitude, the severity of the waters we're now swimming in, as we clearly created a real estate bubble that can't sustain itself. And some of the systemic failure that's accompanying the bubble is really quite frightening. This is more than now just a real estate bubble that's losing its air. This has got a lot of things that are threatening it. So one of the things that I mean, it's hard to touch on these because I got to really stay in between I got to read between the lines, look between the cracks. I got to stay within certain parameters here, of course, because if I really ran my mouth freely, I'd probably, I don't know how long we'd last here with that, but it's up to you. I know you guys get it. I know where you're going with this. Our job is to raise awareness, ring the bell, sound the alarm, and let people know that they might want to buckle up right about now, that this thing had disaster from day one when this bubble was created, and most people wanted to normalize it, but nobody as much as the industry itself, because they needed this thing to sustain itself in order to survive. So that was why me as an agent myself, I just came to you guys and said, hey, listen, I'm an agent. I'm just telling you, I don't think this survives. I just really don't. And I lived through the last bubble, even suffered a little blowback. I believe I'm qualified to speak on it on a couple levels. But that's just the realities of it now. So today, let's go ahead and jump over to a property in what was once one of the crown jewels of America's big cities, San Francisco, the city by the bay. Examine what's going on there. Then we're going to meet back here, wrap this one up. Let's get started. Friends, roll up your windows, lock your doors, put on that face mask if you still have one. We're heading into San Francisco. Now let's bring up today's crash map, courtesy of our good friends and failed iBuyers, Zillow. Everything on your screen is going through the kiss of death. Price reductions. Let's keep looking. Now let's bring up today's featured property, and here you go, a sandwiched in row house. Let's look a little further. Now let's take a peek around, and as you can see, we've got a teeny, small, rental grade kitchen. Let's look a little more. Complete with a teeny tiny bathroom. Looking for privacy and space between rooms? Not in this house. Let's keep looking. Complete with a backyard with neighbors crawling all over you. Today's property is listed for over $1 million after its $230,000 haircut. Now let's read between the lines and look between the cracks. And what do we see here? Our property description. What else do we see? It's a mile long. We're overselling the property. We're possibly getting desperate. And after a staggering almost 3,200 views, we only have 152 saves. Let's keep looking. It gets better or worse depending on how you're looking at it. Local sales show us doing a complete nosedive. Now let's take a look at the health and the fitness of our seller. And what do we see here? They're absolutely chasing the market on and off and on and off again. Absolutely the kiss of death, stuck on market, going through price reductions. Let's see how our property pencils out. If we were to give them today's asking price with a standard amount down at today's interest rate, our approximate cost to carry would be $7,200. Now let's check its rent range. it would only rent for approximately $4,500 a month. These numbers are way too far apart. Our property's in massive trouble. Let's get back to the studio so we can wrap this one up. All right, friends, welcome back. So there you go. San Francisco, you are in a world of hurt. And here's the scary part, my friends. We're just getting started. We're at the front end of an economic downturn. We haven't even officially announced recession yet. And that's what we're getting out of many cities all across America. Vegas, Phoenix, Portland, San Francisco. Throw a dart at a map. We're hitting a city doing exactly what that one's doing. But here's the scary part. Clearly, let's just examine this, because until you get these two numbers, the numbers I preach here the most, how does your property pencil out? What's the cost to carry? Your cost to own that property versus what it would rent for, even if it's not a rental. That's the number that's critical for you right now. If you bought in this bubble, you better hope that your cost to carry is within its rent range, because if it's not, you are one hiccup away from a tailspin. And you're dragging a depreciated asset along for the ride until ultimately you have no choice but to walk away from the home. Why, you ask? Well, of course I'm going to tell you, because you can't rent it out and let somebody else carry the burden of that property. You are now property burdened. You never owned your home. You never, ever, ever owned your home if it cost you more to own than what it would rent for. That house owned you from day one. In final thoughts, I come to you as a friend, as a content creator, as a real estate guy who wants to see you not only win in real estate, win in life. Understanding the waters we're swimming now are getting very, very dangerous, and many cities are going to lead the charge, the example. Real estate's local, but unfortunately contagion will be an ever-present condition of this bubble that we're in now, as contagion is a bigger component than what we had in previous bubbles. We are much more connected now. Good news travels fast, unfortunately. Bad news travels faster. My job is to ring the bell, sound the alarm, read between the lines, look between the cracks, raise awareness, let people know. You might want to insulate yourself and play it safe anytime the markets exhibit bubble behavior, especially the real estate market, as it is the biggest asset class in the world. It's capable of delivering a very significant knockout blow to the economy. We have a lot to wrap our heads around in this bubble. I didn't even see anything like this in the last bubble that I got to wrap my head around. And this one, absolute insanity. I'll continue to do my best every step of the way, because it's not only what we need, it's in fact what we deserve. If you appreciate the content, I want to humbly ask you to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. Social media links in the description of this video if you'd like to contact me there, along with links to channels I've appeared on I think you might enjoy. If you need help buying or selling real estate here in America, the biggest network of top-rated agents in the nation ready to assist you, it'd be our honor and our privilege to do so. Email in the description for you as well. Also, if you're watching from your television set today and you enjoyed this video, I think you're going to love the next video on your screen, and there's an easy subscribe icon for your convenience. As always, thank you for your time. Please go make it count today. I'll see you on the next video.